Hello, beautiful people. This is Sister Talk Live with Terrie-Ann. Let's get talking. Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome back to another amazing season 3, episode 1 of Sister Talk Live with Terrie-Ann. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am your host, Terrie-Ann Charles, and if you are new here, welcome, and welcome some more. And if you are returning girlfriend, thank you so much for being here. So how are you doing? How is your new year? Like the old people that say, how the new year shaping up with you? How are you guys doing? I hope all is well with you and the new year is going good so far. And if it's not going good so far, listen, you are in the right place because we will help you to change your mindset. Yes, we will help you to create and cultivate a winning mindset so that you can go forth in the new year and start accomplishing goals and start conquering goals and start doing things that you have hidden deep down in your heart to do, but you are so afraid of doing it. All right, guys. So let's get all chitty chatty in the comments. Let me know how you are doing today. How was your Christmas holidays? What you did? You eat a lot of ham, a lot of black cake, you drink sorrel, you drink punch with cream. What did you do? Let's get all chitty chatty in the comments. Tell me, how are you doing? So I am so happy to be back here today. I am blessed. I feel good. I just feel so amazing because God is good. He has given me another opportunity to be here with you guys today, and I am so blessed and I thank God for being here. Sister Talk Live with Terrie-Ann is a woman empowerment talk show that is designed to celebrate, to connect, to educate, to inspire, to empower. Listen, we want you to walk boldly in your purpose. So this is the reason why we created such a platform like this to help you along on your journey to success. So today's quote, we will start off with today's quote, right? And this is a quote that we ended 2020 with. But I felt as if we needed to start the year with this quote. And I believe you would agree with me because this quote means a lot to me, and I know it would mean a lot to you. And you know it very well. It's probably your favorite scripture in the Bible. Hey, so let's read it together, right? The quote of the day is, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope and a bright future." And a future. Your future is bright. He wants to give you a future, a great future, a bright future. And this quote or Bible verse is taken from Jeremiah 29:11. And I know this is um, one of your favorite scriptures. If not, you know it very well. You would have heard it in some time in your life. If you somebody like me who goes to church every single Sunday, you probably would have heard the pastor preach on this very set um, verse, or you probably would have learned it in Sunday school. Listen, this verse is a verse that I want to encourage you to hold on to when you're feeling as if all hope is lost, when you feel like if you cannot make it, you feel like if you want to give up, you want to give in, and you just don't know what to do. Just remember that the Lord has great plans for you and He wants to prosper you. He does not want to harm you, but He wants to give you hope and a bright future and a future. All right, guys? So, this is just my little encouragement to you today as we start off season 3 of Sister Talk Live with Terrie-Ann. Guys, drop some love in the comments. Let me know where you are from, how you're doing, how grateful you are today to be alive. Just drop some loves in the comments as we go on, guys. So we also have the question of the day. We are moving forward with the questions of the day because these questions are coming in, and I want us to answer these questions. My guest and myself answer these questions. You can answer it as well because we just want to have some fun. And these questions is real hardcore questions are fine. Listen to this one. How do you create substantial friendship as adults? Do you have friends? Do you have friends? Be honest. Do you have like real friends, like people you could call ride or die? Friends, substantial friendship. Do you have that? Are you struggling to have that? If you have that, say yes. If you don't, say no. But we will be answering this question coming up soon. All right. So don't move a muscle. Don't go anywhere. We will be answering this question, Mike. And you're probably saying, well, who's the we? My guest and myself will be answering this question. So, guys, let me just share with you. I have some good news for you, and I just wanted to share this good news. So right now, we are on YouTube. Yay! So we are streaming on YouTube as well. So if you have friends who probably don't really much up the Facebook platform, they could also watch us on YouTube as well. So guys, we sharing, we moving, we getting bigger, we growing. Listen, this community is growing, and I am so grateful to God first and foremost. I'm so grateful to you who have been sharing and commenting and being very social on this platform. But what I want to do right now is encourage you to share this live. So share this live with your mom, with your dad, with your sister, with your cousin, with your nenen, with your enemy, whoever it may be. Go ahead and share this live so that we can reach more women far and wide. So go ahead, do me this favor, share, 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 share all over. Share so that it can go all over the world. All right, guys, go ahead, do that for me. Also, let me know how you're doing in the comments below. So I am grateful to be speaking on this topic, create and cultivate a winning mindset. I am so happy to have this phenomenal woman. She is amazing and she is a godsend in my life. Yes, God just sent her into my life just at the time when I thought about giving up, just at the time when my mindset was all messed up. And I just felt like if nothing was going right for me, yes, you probably might be saying, Terrie, not you. Yes, 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 yes. There was a point in time when I felt like giving up, when I felt like if nothing going for me and I just didn't want to hear it, no good thing. I was just dwelling on all the negative things because of the things that was surrounding me at the time. I was listening to different voices all over, watching, comparing, thinking, well, okay then, Terry, and you can be good like this person, you can be good like that person. And it brought me to a very low, 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 low state. But God, but God, if you are here and you know that God is good to you, you would join me in saying, thank you, Jesus, for being so good to me. And if you are there and you don't know God, I would want to encourage you to just trust Him a little bit. Just trust Him a little bit. I'm not here to sell to you or to talk to you about, oh, you should get baptized and you should do this and you should do that. No, I'm just telling you one little thing. Just trust Him a little bit. Trust Him and you will see what the Lord will do for you. And then you will come back and tell me how it went. All right? But God, as I was saying, but God sent her into my life just the time when I thought everything was lost and things just turned around from there. And since then, she has been so amazing, and I feel so honored to have her here today on Sister Talk. Guys, she is the foundation of Sister Talk. I just want to leave it there. She is the foundation of Sister Talk. She's like one of the pillars of Sister Talk. All right. So guys, help me welcome no other person than Dana Hayes Book. She will tell us all about herself because I know you're probably wondering, who is this lady? I don't know this lady, where she's from, everything like that. She's going to come and tell us all about herself, all about what she did, all about how we met, and everything like that. So that, well, that's if you really want to know. But if you really want to know, you would stick around, right? So stick around, guys. Just go ahead, share. Please go ahead and share, share, share. Show some love for my beautiful guest, Dana Hainsburg. And let me bring her on right now. Hello, beautiful lady. How are you?
Hi, I am doing well. I am really good. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Hi,
Oh,
everyone.
thank you so much for being here, Dana. Oh my gosh, you have
My
been a
pleasure. I'm excited.
listen, I just was telling the people how, you know, God sent you in my life when I felt like if all hope was lost. And they probably weren't saying, what you talking about? All hope was lost, whatever it is. But Dana, you have been a godsend. And I also just told the people, Dana, that you are one of the pillars of Sister Talk Live with Terrie-Ann, right? And I know they
One
probably
of the
wondering
pillars. Wow.
what Terrie-Ann talking about. So we will just kind of discuss like how we met, and you would tell us about yourself, and then we would answer the question of the day. How about that as a start?
Sounds good. Sounds great.
So let's go. Let's go. So tell us who you are, where you from, what you do, what motivates you every single day, and then we talk about the question of the day, and then you tell us also what you do. So you'll sum all that,
So
sum up all that.
all of that
Yeah.
together. Hi, everyone. So, yeah, I'm seeing people already putting in the chat. Hi, Vision Builder. Yes, I am known on most spaces as the Vision Builder. And I work as a vision strategist to help persons to build strong and profitable business. In a sense, what I do is I help persons who are inspired to build businesses in the Caribbean and the diaspora to understand how they can build their business, to understand how they can be profitable and find a way to pay themselves now
Yeah.
and leave a legacy for their future. And I'm very passionate about what I do because I understand starting from scratch, because I understand how challenging it is to have a thought, an idea, a vision in your mind and not know how to actually accomplish it. And thank God he has gifted me as a teacher. He has allowed me to study and to be trained professionally and academically in the area of business, and to use that teaching gift to break it down real simple so that folks like Terry and other motivated people can finally find their way to a strong, profitable business. And I love what I do. I love helping men, women transform their lives and to finally find a pathway to success that they can replicate, that they can be consistent with. I am based in Trinidad and Tobago, but I am globally minded. So I serve persons all across the Caribbean, in the US and in the UK. And I use my voice weekly to encourage, to motivate, to inspire so that we can continue to grow strong. I am a wife. I am a mother of two amazing little ones. And they are really the reason that I took the bold step of faith in, well, that and as well understanding what God has called me to do. I took a bold step of faith over 7 years ago to enter into the world of business with a progressive vision to do exactly what I'm doing now, which is to empower and to consult and inspire persons. So when you ask me what motivates me, I am motivated by one, fulfilling my purpose on this earth, using the gifts God gave me to impact my space, and also to show by example to my kids that they can build the life that they see for themselves. So
That's amazing, Dana. Wow. 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 That's amazing. So tell us a little bit about like the vision below. What is the vision below? Why the vision below? Why we need the vision builder?
so the vision builder name, when I was younger, and I mean, it's in hindsight, it's always 2020. One of the things that I remember as a child, as a teenager, I would always say that I would be a business owner and a consultant. And that was the starting point. And eventually, when I fully launched my consultancy coaching business, I wanted to find a description to categorize really what I am able to do. And honestly, through a lot of prayer, I was kind of seeking God as to what is my angle? What do I do? And God kind of reminded me of what my strength is. And just to give a background, I literally started from nothing.
Yeah.
Like literally. I started knowing that I would be global, but not knowing really the full pathway. And I learned that it is through strategy that you are able to achieve vision, right? We think that we're just going to manifest things out of poof. No, it's really
Yeah.
through strategy. And when I thought about what my strength was at that point, I mean, I had been working with small businesses, helping them add structure, build their vision. I realized what I do is I help persons to build the vision
Yeah.
through strategy.
Yeah.
And that's where the vision builder came. And the handle is see the vision, believe the vision, build the vision. That's the process. And that's the journey that I help persons go through because it's the journey that I went through. I
Yeah.
first had to see, then I had to believe that it was possible, and then I had to utilize strategy to build it.
Yeah.
And that is where the vision builder came from. So God has gifted me with an ability to see beyond where you're at,
Yeah.
to where you want to be, and to help you to bridge that gap, to build towards that reality. So
Yeah.
that's where it came from.
Wow, amazing. I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you said you started from nothing because, some people will look at you and say, okay, then she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. But you just clarify that to let persons know that you really have to work hard, take action. Like you just say, see the vision, believe the vision. And what's the last
Build,
one?
build the vision,
And
build.
build the vision. I you see, so build. So you really have to take action to build that vision and to get it right
Yeah.
and keep moving. So I love that. I love that. Let's talk about the question of the day. Let me just put it back up on the screen. Right, there it is. How do you create substantial friendship as adults?
I laughed when I saw this question because I think that one of our challenges as we become adults and as your life is taking the real shape that you want it to take is the issue of friendship. And the automatic thought that came to my mind is to firstly understand that adult friendships are not the same as childhood or teenage friendships.
Yeah, true.
And once you adjust those expectations to understand that adult friends, you're not going to talk with them every day.
Yeah,
You're not going to be hanging out by their house every day.
yeah,
Sleepovers are not a thing as an adult, that everybody's adult life looks different.
different. Yeah,
And once you have that mindset concerning what the realities of being an adult is, then you're able to sustain your friendships. Uh,
ah,
what it requires as well is that both parties understand that reality.
yeah,
Both
yeah,
parties, and I've had conversations with persons who, like my friends are not calling me every day, and I remember one person in particular. I had to say to her, "You need to understand that this is not university days. This is now everyone is in their late 20s, early 30s.
yeah,
Life is happening.
yeah,
So you're not going to have that weekly communication. But what you need to do is to value the occasional communication and
yeah,
make those communications, that conversation, that time spent meaningful.
yeah,
And once you understand that shift, man, you can have, I have friends that I have not spoken to for this year, besides Happy New Year. But when we see each other, it's going to be on and popping
yeah,
because we understand that life is busy. We got kids, we got
yeah,
work, we have all these bits.
true.
So you can't have childhood expectations of adult friendships.
Exactly. And I just want to stick a pin and say, you know what? We have to have that level of understanding, that mutual understanding also, and respect persons' lives. Because like you said, everybody have busy lives, and sometimes that person probably thinking about you, but just cannot
Yeah,
get to the phone or kind of get your number
true.
at the point to call you, but they're thinking about you, they're praying for you. That's me sometimes. I think about somebody, I was like, oh, I need to message that person. And then something happens, I forget, and days pass.
Yeah.
The
Oh
person
gosh,
will
that's
like
me all
message
the
me,
time.
like, you forget. It's like, no, I forget you, you're in my mind, but I just didn't get to you yet.
And you also need to know the person that you're friends with. So I think
Yeah,
my really good friends understand that if
right.
you message me and I really didn't respond yet, I probably forgot if I opened the message and went off to do something with the kids, but
Yeah,
they understand. So if I come back 2 days later and say, okay, girl, this is what is happening, you need to do X, Y, and Z, they're like, oh, yeah, 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 I understand. It's
yeah,
no issue.
yeah,
So it's important for us to not. Here's one of the things that I learned, and this is really, whomever is listening, this is an important thing
yeah.
to remember. Do not impute or put onto another person the way that you would act.
True,
Don't put an expectation of how you would respond immediately to a message onto somebody else. The
true.
reason that we are disappointed in our friendships and relationships is because we expect them to act like us. We
Yeah,
have to learn how to meet people where they're at.
yeah,
Meet people where they're at.
yeah,
Then life is smooth. So if today they're good, we're good. If tomorrow, is a bad day, it's a bad day. Stop. When we put onto somebody else how we expect them to behave and they don't meet that, that's when we become disappointed.
true.
But if we allow ourselves to just meet people where they're at,
True.
problem solved for the most part.
Problem solved for the most part. And sometimes, I mean, it's not all. Sometimes it's not all peaches and cream with your friends every day. So I
True.
just want people to know that you could create substantial friendships, but you just have to have a level of understanding and
Hmm.
also respect for that person.
Yes,
And know, and
definitely.
you said, and I want to say it again, know your friends.
True.
Know your friends. So
It's
we are
very
going
true.
to be talking about Dana Create and cultivate a winning mindset. Create and cultivate a winning mindset. What do you think about this topic?
I think it's so important. I think it's so necessary. It's so necessary right now,
Yes,
because I think the excitement of the newness of a year has now it's now dissipating. It's now
yep,
disappearing, and therefore, it's important for us to have some mindset shifts in order for us to be productive this year and not fall into some of the traps that we fell into in 2020.
yeah,
Um, I think that I think that when persons, when the pandemic happened last year, a lot of people just shut down. Like,
yeah,
okay, we shut down. And then we were coming into a new year. There was the talk of the vaccine. There were talk of a number of things. And we were entered into this new year with a renewed optimism, but no perspective.
true,
So
true,
that means that right about now, perspective is happening. And
yeah,
what are we going to do? So
yeah.
I really think that this is an amazing topic for you to start off this season with, to help ladies to position themselves differently to have a better level of success in 2021.
Awesome. Let's go. Let us
Yeah,
go. I
let's do
want to
this.
find out from you because I want to know about this whole mindset thing. How can we really create and cultivate? Somebody might be there saying, how can we really create and cultivate at the same time a winning mindset? Listen, we're going to break it down in steps, guys. So if you have your notebooks and your pens, please get ready to start to write. If you don't, hurry along quickly and get your pens and notebook, pencils and paper, whatever it is, or your journals, whatever you want to use to make some notes, go ahead and do that. So explain to us, Dana, right? Explain to us what is a mindset.
All right, so I'm going to break this down real simple.
Yep.
Mindset is the way you understand the world.
Ah.
Mindset is the way that you make sense of the world.
Mm,
So, as humans, we don't realize that we do it, but we create these mental shortcuts that help us to understand our place in the world, other people's place in the world, and how things serve us. So,
yeah.
mindset is really the way that I see and understand my world, my external environment, and my place in it.
Yeah. Simple. Simple like that. I
Simple.
like that. It's how you see yourself in the world. So you
How you
can
see the world, how you understand the world.
how you understand the world, right? But could it be also how you see yourself, how you view yourself as being part of?
That's all a part of the understanding of the world, Actually, understanding your world does not, it always takes place from an inside outward kind of relationship.
Right.
We think about the world from the perspective of our placement in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everybody in the world does that.
Ah, I
So
like
I
that. I
understand
like
my environment based on my place in it. I don't really understand it based on your place in it. I look at the world based
yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
So it always starts with you.
Yeah.
It literally always starts with you. So it
Okay.
looks like my place, if you think about it, is the way we describe ourselves. My place in the world is I am a mommy, I am a wife. And so therefore the rest of the world takes context from that.
Ah, right, right, right. Okay. I like that.
So mindset is the way that I understand the world, and the way that I understand the world usually starts with me,
Wow.
with
This
my place in it.
this is good. Wow. Okay then. So why do we why okay, why do we need or why it is important to create a winning mindset?
Right. Because that placement issue can mess us up in terms of what we think about the world, how we think we can function in the world. If I think that my place is low and I remain there, then that's going to shape how I progress and grow in life and through the world.
Ah,
So it's
oh,
important. Remember, we're thinking about where we're understanding the world from your place in it. So if you consider your place, I shared before that I started from nothing.
mhm.
If my mindset remains there, then that would have affected how I progressed and grew and shaped my life in the world. So
Right.
the winning mindset really is a growth mindset that allows you to now see a different reality, to see beyond your existing placement to another area. And
Oh,
it's important for us to be able to see beyond where we presently exist in order to make any kind of progress. So a winning mindset is necessary because it's the way that we make progress and it's the way that we grow. You can't do it without some level of a winner's mindset.
mm, okay. Okay. I like that. We moving on. Tell us about like 5 things we need to cultivate a winning mindset.
Right. So I hope you all have your pen and paper. I have your 5 things. Okay. The first thing you need is perspective.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Mm,
What are the lens that you're looking through? Those lenses are important. Now, perspective does not mean I ignore my reality, but it also, you have to have long lens to see the
yeah.
future. So perspective is important.
Yeah.
Practice. A winner's mindset takes place through practice. It's cultivated through practice. I want you to think about an athlete. And let me use an example, that example, because I want to put context to these 5 things. Think about um, a young person who thinks that they're really good as an athlete or they can be a really good runner, right?
Yeah.
The first thing is they have to have the perspective. Right now, they're not the greatest runner, but they believe they can see that I can possibly become a really good runner. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, perspective.
Yeah.
The second thing is that they need practice. So I can believe that I can be a good runner from now until 2050. But if I don't practice, I will not actually get the habits, the training that I need to really become that really great athlete, right?
Uh,
The third thing you need to have a winner's mindset is environment. So I cannot become the fastest runner by only running with slow people. I can't be running with turtles only.
yeah.
You'll be the fastest turtle, but you'll still be slow. So
Yeah.
you need an environment. You need an environment. You need a coach. You need other team members to push you on and to challenge you. So you need environment. The
Yeah.
fourth thing you need is consistency. Because if you become a winner, let's say you win the first race, you win the second race, and then you stop running, promise you're not going to win the third.
Wow.
So you got to be consistent. Consistency. You might lose a few races, but then you keep going. You don't see professional athletes, professional runners. They lose their races. I'm sure Usain Bolt lose a race or two in his life,
Yeah.
but then he
Yeah.
kept going. Consistency.
Mm,
And the fifth thing that you need is belief or courage. You got to keep going when it's tough. That's how you. Winner's mindset isn't cultivated in ideal scenarios. Most time it's cultivated out of failure and hardship.
yeah.
But you have to believe and be courageous enough to get up and go again. So those are your 5 things: perspective, practice, environment, consistency, belief, or courage.
Wow. I love it. You need to be courageous. You have to you have to be really
Gotta be
persistent in
courageous.
what to do.
Sometimes I used to think like I was a real mad person because I'm seeing things that other people ain't seen. I believe in things so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, because you said that, and I'm here remembering the times when I just used to see myself doing certain things, and I still do. It's like I
Mhm.
force myself to dream bigger, even if the my environment doesn't look like what I want it to look like. But I force myself to dream bigger. I'm not too sure if this is something that you do or people out there do, but sometimes you have to push yourself, give yourself that extra push and tell yourself, listen, I am going to make it. I am going to come out from where I am now. I'm no longer, I'm not going to stay or remain in the same place, but I am going to make it. I'm
And
forcing self.
it's not just that I'm gonna
Yeah.
make it, but it's also that you have to believe that you belong in that other place.
Right.
You
Right.
have to believe that you belong. It's not just about I'm gonna make it. It's like
Right.
I belong in this other space.
Yeah.
I was talking with a client yesterday and she was saying to me, she's like, you have such a serious growth mindset. And she's a competitive athlete. She's like, you have a serious growth mindset. And I do, because it's the reason that there are people who would, I have my master's, but my goal is to have my PhD.
Right.
And then when I have my PhD, is to create a model that will
Right.
help entrepreneurs in the Caribbean.
Right.
Now, I don't have to do all of those things, but I believe that that's a key part of what I'm meant to do. So I'm
Mm.
going to keep going. So it's not just that I see that it's possible, but I believe that it's necessary for my life.
Yeah. It's
And
necessary.
that's important.
I love that. I love that. It is necessary for you. See yourself being there and also see
Yes,
yourself belonging in that place. It's like I have a seat at that table as well. I
absolutely.
have a piece of that pie as well.
As well. As well. That's what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm gifted for it. You
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. I
So
love
if
that.
I'm gifted for it, it means that there is space for me when I landed on this earth to sit at that table.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Wow. I
That's the
think
thing, eh?
Woo!
When you're gifted for a thing, it means
Yeah.
that when God deposited you on this earth, He left space for you to operate to the full extent of that thing. So therefore, that seat at the table was preordained for you to sit at.
Ah, okay.
You
Guys,
just
if
need
you
to
have any
really work
questions,
it.
please. Oh, sorry, Dana. I was just telling them if they have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments because we'll try to answer them as we go. So if you have any questions pertaining to what Dana just said, or if you have any comment, please go ahead and we will do it as we go instead of waiting for the at the end. All right. So Dana, go ahead.
Yeah.
Repeat what you just said. Sorry.
No, so I'm just saying that you just have to remember if you're gifted for it, there is space for you. And too often, and this is why this conversation is important because I can't tell you how many times I've had conversations with persons as adults. We begin to diminish things like our gifts because we've been told for so long that the gifts can't make room for you.
Yeah.
We start to diminish all of the things that we have started to diminish all of these things that we are passionate about because we're told that there is no space for that.
Yeah.
And yes, there is a place for education, but I really want a lot of you to start thinking about the fact that your lack of fulfillment in life is because you're ignoring your space of giftedness.
Wow.
And your giftedness is so critical to fulfillment. It's so critical. And right now, if you're feeling lost about what to do, you need to take a moment and stop and think about the former you that was given space to gifts and what you need to do now to get back to that place. So that's part of the winning mindset. There is the educational pathway, but then there's a level of giftedness that's necessary to function in, to feel fulfilled in life. And
Wow.
that's something that I've learned.
Yeah.
You see, I'm very educated, but the thing that causes me to give impact really is the giftedness
Yeah.
because God gifted me as a teacher and a speaker.
Yeah.
So all the education is doing is enhancing, but the giftedness allows me to flow and to feel fulfilled every single day.
Wow. I want to ask you a question. I may be straying a little bit because we're talking
Mhm.
the word I want to use gifting, right? That's a word. That's a question right there. So
Yes.
what about persons who are they know they're gifted, but they tend to be a bit confused about their gifting?
Right.
How can they get it out of them,
Mhm.
unravel the confusion that's going on with them with their gifting?
So I think the highest level of confusion that happens is that we think giftedness only looks a particular way. We think it's only singing, art, dancing, playing music. So we have, again, this is mindset, right? This is the way we understand the world.
Yeah,
So our understanding of gifts in the world is only in the performing arts.
yeah,
And we don't recognize that giftedness happens on a whole other level, on different levels.
yeah,
Giftedness looks at what are you able to do naturally that other people struggle to do.
right, right,
And that can be as easy as you are the person who, if you are in an environment, you're hanging out, you see the hospitality area, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas and then is everybody else is like, I didn't even realize that we had no cups.
Yeah.
But for you, you're able to see that. That's a gift. Things that you pick up quickly, right? You pick it up like that. You see somebody do something once and you can pick it up. Whereas I look at the same thing and like, what's happening there? Those are indicators of your gift.
Yeah.
Things that if you don't do them, like if you haven't done it for like 3 4 months, you start to feel unfulfilled, you start to feel like something is missing. That is a pointer to your place of giftedness. And if
Yeah.
you start thinking about some of these things, you'll realize, oh, so maybe I'm gifted in encouraging people,
Yeah.
maybe I'm gifted in giving,
Mm.
maybe I'm gifted in speaking. And when you start to recognize that, the next step is to put yourself in spaces where you can use those gifts, you can use those strengths.
Yeah.
Another indicator of your giftedness can be things that people compliment you on that
Right.
you have not been paying attention to. So
Yeah.
somebody might compliment you and say, Terry, I always feel so encouraged every time I'm around you.
Yeah.
The ability to encourage people when they're down is a gift.
And people, these are the things people take for granted, right?
So
Okay.
we think that unless we have the voice to sing like Beyonce, we're not gifted.
Mm.
No, giftedness comes on different levels. There are people who have built careers on. So if you think of Les Brown is a major motivational speaker. He has built his entire career on his ability to speak.
Yep.
That's a
Yep.
gift. And
Yep.
to encourage people. That's a gift. So I've heard so many people say, I don't know. And you know what? Life happens. That's why we kind of lose sight of gifts, right?
Yeah.
Because life happens, you're busy, you don't really have time to think about it. And it is like a non profitable, non income generating activity to go and encourage somebody. So you're not thinking about it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the truth is that your gifts make room for you.
Mm.
Actually, that's the scripture, right? Your gifts
Yep.
make room for you and bring you before great men. So
Mm.
perhaps the greatness that you're looking for, it can be found in finding your way back to your gift.
Wow.
That
Word.
can be the greatness that you're looking for, finding your way back to the gift.
Finding your way back to the gift. Woo! That's a summon right there.
I'm preaching. Somebody said I'm preaching to.
Wow. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
This is amazing. How can we disconnect ourselves from things that affects our minds?
Yeah, and that is important. Things that affect your mind. One, I think the major thing, and for this one, I'm going to give you 1 point. It's called awareness,
Okay.
self awareness.
Right.
Because it's things that you have to be aware. You got to be honest about what your triggers are. You
Mm.
got to be honest about what are your physical cues that tell you something is a little bit off.
Yeah.
Because you, when you don't know, you don't know,
Yeah. True.
and you don't. Things are always in our minds. That's
Mm-hmm.
the truth.
True.
24/7. We now have to train ourselves to become aware of the cues,
Yeah.
indicators that something is happening, that there is a disconnect, right?
Right. Right.
Something is happening because thoughts. So, for instance, one of the things that I've learned is that thoughts affect emotions.
Mm-hmm. True.
I might not be aware of my thoughts, but I can be aware of my emotions
Ah. Right. Mm.
because the thoughts are happening so fast and they're happening sometimes on an unconscious or subconscious level.
Yes.
Meaning that as women, we know this. We have lots of things going on in there. There are no silos. Everything ebbs and flows.
Yep.
So we might not be aware of a negative train of thought that is continually going through our mind
Mm-hmm.
until we start to feel sad, or
Mm.
until you start to feel some stress pains, or until your blood pressure go up. Right?
You go by the
And
doctor and
then
the doctor say blood pressure high.
and you're like, but I'm not doing anything,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of the times our emotions are indicators of where our mind is.
Mm.
So if you have an awareness of what your emotional state is and what your triggers and cues are, you can then figure out what's, then I can stop and say, okay, what's going on in my mind? What are my thoughts?
Mm.
Right? Um, and that's important, right? So once you understand those emotions, that's the first level. So when you ask the question, how can we disconnect ourselves from things that affect our mind? The first thing is to be aware of the things that affect our mind. And the
Wow.
truth is, a lot of the times, especially when you're now starting off and trying to manage your mindset, a lot of the times is a reverse process.
Yeah.
So right now, I have a more proactive process
Yeah.
because I've been doing it for a little while. But if you're now starting off, it's a reverse process. It's become aware of your feelings, then examine what you're thinking, and then change your environment to keep away from the things that lead to the negative thoughts.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
kind of your process if you're now starting off.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times you say, I'm going to just move away from negative people and negative. That's important. But then you move away from the negative people, and you're still feeling sucky.
Yeah.
So it means go back now. What have I been thinking about? What's going on in my environment? Um, what do I feel about A, B, C, D? And then figure out what triggered those thoughts. And then you can start to craft a space that gives you the best chance of remaining in a positive winning mindset.
Wow. What about connecting to the right people though? Or to the right
Mhm.
community, to the right space? Because you're
Right. So
getting
that's
rid of your
important.
friends or the toxic people, like we say, like to say toxic people, we're getting rid of toxic people for 2021. But you get rid of them like you just mentioned, but you in a space where it could be very detrimental for your mind because you're alone, you're not too sure how it's going to affect you. So do you think we should go like find that space, connect to a community, like-minded women, probably like Sister Talk, connect with Sister Talk community where you can grow, you can learn, you could learn new things, those kind of things.
Definitely. So this is where I like what you said, right? You're gonna remove toxic people and you remove toxic this and toxic that. And I'm sorry for some of you who's gonna like probably say ouch. After you do all of that, you might realize that you are the toxic one. Because you remove all of them, you remove all of them, and you realize that you are the toxic person.
Oh shoots.
You are toxic. So it means that, so some of you might have say ouch because you're busy blaming other people, but the issue is you. So
Yeah.
how do you change that?
Yeah.
One, first of all, recognize that the issue lies within, and
Yes.
it probably started a long time ago.
Yeah.
Once you recognize that is the issue, then you have to start changing your internal space. And I am a strong advocate for starting with yourself
Mm.
and then finding a community, because you can go put yourself in communities, but then you're still relying on other people to fix your thoughts.
Oh shoots. Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. Okay.
you understand, you're still like coming to look for Terrie-Ann to get your mind right, but there is an internal work you got to do.
Okay.
So when you have mindset issues like that, and you realize, man, my thought process is messed up. All I see is
Yeah.
trouble, trouble, and more trouble. And
Yeah.
can I be honest? At one point, I was that person.
Mm.
I swear that everything bad, just like you would say, everything bad was going on.
Yeah.
But then I had to find ways to change my thoughts. So faith comes from hearing the word of God. So that's my starting point.
Yeah.
Me personally, I get into the word
Yeah.
and get some perspective
Yeah.
on this here life,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The next thing that I do is I'm intentional about the things that I read. If I can't read, I listen
Right. Right.
to start giving me, because the reason that my thoughts are toxic is because my perspective is limited. I can only see my bubble. I can
Nice.
only see my chains. I can only see my walls. I can only see my trap.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm there. I need to get my mind beyond those walls. I need to get my mind beyond those bubbles. And I don't have a window.
Yeah.
So I need to listen to some windows.
Mm.
I need to read some books that give me windows.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are important. And then once I get windows, then I could go into a community, because now
Mm.
I'm also adding value while getting other people who have similar perspectives of a life beyond this trouble.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's important, right? Because a lot of the times we say, "Oh, I'm going to remove toxic people and I'm going to get positive people," but then you become toxic to the positive people because you're
Exactly.
not taking any personal responsibility for your change and for your growth.
Exactly. Exactly. I like how you put that. Exactly. We might be so surprised that we are the toxic ones.
Yeah, you might be surprised. And it's not your fault. Things happened in your life that caused you to become that.
So
But your
true.
awareness of it now can now help you to start making some changes. That's why I started reading books. I started doing certain things. I started painting pictures, extending my mind beyond where I was. You know, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read all sorts of things to
Yeah.
start giving my mind. So, in a sense, I gave my little cube some windows.
Yeah.
And then I gave my cube a door.
Yeah.
And then I stepped out the door and found a community. That's your process.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Wow. Okay, then. I want to ask you a question because I know this probably might be a question that some of us kind of struggle with, right? What is the difference between
Mhm.
purpose and vision?
Ah, so purpose and vision. And this is a thing that people get very caught up with. So
Yep.
I'm going to try and explain it in a very simple way.
Okay.
Remember, I was saying before that God gifted you? God gifted you, He placed you on this earth, and He made space for you.
Yeah.
So purpose is understanding the way that you are meant to serve the world. Purpose is understanding the way that you are meant to serve the world. A
Wow.
lot of us get caught into thinking that when we say the world, we mean, well, the whole planet. No, not everybody is called to serve the whole planet.
Yeah.
But your world is the people in your environment, the people in the spaces and places that you are placed. How purpose is how you are meant to serve the world. Vision is the steps you take to execute that service over a period of time.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
the difference. So,
Right.
purpose, I am meant to serve the world with my voice, teaching, training, and empowering. Right? The way that I do it is found in the vision. So,
Right.
me in my 30s, the way I'm going to do it is going to look like this. But me at 70, your girl, I'm going to be doing too much traveling all over the world. You know, it's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
advice. So, but it would mean that I understand that I'm still meant to teach and to do a certain level of empowerment.
Hmm.
So, the way that I would serve would probably be through a book at that
Yeah.
age. So, that's the vision.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of us are, we think that we use them interchangeably, and that kind of gets us caught up.
Mm.
Vision is for a period of time, and it's progressive. It's progressive, but once it's anchored in understanding what you're meant to do, right, then it will always be connected, even if it looks a little bit different.
Right.
I would say though that for me, finding purpose really, vision was key in finding purpose,
Hmm.
because it was in the continued pursuit of what I understood myself to do and putting a vision for that, that the purpose became more and more clarified.
Right.
You see, we
Right.
think that sometimes everything has to be perfectly laid out from the jump,
Yeah.
and that sabotages us. I want
Mm.
to find my purpose in life. I don't know what my purpose in life is. Well, first of all, you'll never find it if you stay standing up there saying you don't know what it is. I'm sorry for the people who are very straightforward.
Because they might say,
Sorry.
"Oh, I don't know what my purpose in life is," and they're looking at somebody and thinking, "Oh, well, I think that is what I'm supposed to do." Or somebody might say, "Oh, you're supposed to do that," when deep down inside you're not feeling that is what you're supposed to do.
Right. And you're choosing something that just looks attractive. Or even if you feel like doing something, of course, there's a fear element, right?
Mhm.
So you sit there and you don't even try. And then you say, well, I'm still trying to figure out my purpose. And then you're looking for God to open the skies like in the days of old and say, oh, Terrie-Ann, thou art made to. No, that ain't happening. Even though God reveals, He reveals in part and He expects you to be obedient.
Yeah.
And it's only in obedience that you get further clarity. I can tell you that directly from me. This is obedience has led me to where I am right now, even if I wasn't clear. But you will never get clear on purpose if you stand up there thinking about, man, I think I'm made to, have an orphanage, but you're not even trying to mentor one little girl.
Yeah.
You'll never know for sure if that's a real fit. You will never be able to verify or if this is true or not. Not.
Mm.
So you have to take steps. So vision really helped me to find purpose, and now vision helps me to live in purpose.
I love how you said that. Vision helps you to live in purpose.
So it help you help vision helped me to find my purpose, and now
Mm.
vision helps me to live in my purpose.
Fine.
Both levels of it.
Mm.
Right? So if you're not sure, have a vision. Think about that gift and use your gift. Have a vision of how you're going to use your gift, and in the progress of it, you will confirm purpose, and then
Yeah.
you use vision to continue to live in purpose.
Uh, I like it. I have another question for you pertaining to that as well. So, do you believe our purpose and our vision for our lives can impact our mindset? If yes, can you explain?
Definitely, yes, it does. 150% it does,
Right,
because
right.
it gives you something to work towards.
Ah,
To
right.
see when you're in trouble, it's important to see something beyond the trouble.
Mm,
When you're down, it's important to see something that's beyond that point of difficulty, so that it gives you hope.
mm,
That's how you have hope. Because now I believe in the way that you write your vision draws you forward. I always share the story of no, I've been using vision boards and stuff since a teenager. Again,
right.
this is where you understand giftedness, right? Nobody taught me.
Mm-hmm.
I was inspired to start writing this vision, and I would have this board. When my husband met me, it existed. But
Right.
in my 20s, I was at that space where I was struggling because I'm trying to build this vision and nothing working.
Yeah.
There was this one time I got so frustrated, I erased my entire vision board. Gone, kaput, finale. And at that point, I was dating my husband, and he came to visit me. And my boy saw the vision board. It was a whiteboard and it clean. I think I think I traumatized him. Like, what happened there? And I was like, I'm so tired. I'm so frustrated. It's like trouble. Nothing is working and da 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 da.
Yeah.
And that's where I was. But I couldn't stay there for long because the vision was so, I could erase it from the board, but I couldn't really erase it from my heart
Ah.
and from what I knew I was meant to do. And the vision drew me forward.
Mm,
The vision pulled me forward. I went and I wrote back my board, and the rest is history. Behold, all of the things that I couldn't happen at that point, a lot of it is happening now. We're still working on a lot of it.
right.
So it does help you to see and to believe something that exists beyond where you presently exist. And we need that. We
Mm,
need that. We have to see that possibility. Because if you don't have something you're working towards, you're trapped in your present reality.
mm.
And that's when you become discouraged. That's when you think it's impossible. You keep looking for alternatives. You keep looking for alternatives.
Or
So at
even,
the beginning,
I'm just thinking, or even trying to take shortcuts.
yeah. So you need your vision and your purpose. And as I said, if you don't know what your purpose is, focus on your gift and make a vision to use that. It's
Right.
going to help you. But it really does make a difference. So how do I keep going? I've been asked that so many times. Like, do you not have, problems and challenges? Of course I do. Absolutely. But the big picture is seared into my mind.
Mm,
So I keep moving forward. And that is what vision and purpose does for you. You keep going.
yeah.
You keep going. When the hard times come, you're like, okay, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
Even if I go like a snail, I can keep going because I know that this destination is possible for me.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
love
important.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's talk about the failures, right? Because I mean, we cannot talk about mindset and not talk about failures. because sometimes our failures affects our minds and then we start going down the wrong road. So what are five major causes of failure and how can our failures affect our mindset?
So I want to start with the second part of this question first,
Right.
and then I will do the first part, right?
Hmm.
So failures affect your mindset in that it causes you to have put limitations on what is possible for you. Now,
Wow.
a lot of us have heard limiting beliefs. You know, if you're in the social media world, you're gonna hear it. And it
Yeah.
sounds, you know, we say it, I have to get rid of my limiting beliefs and so we say all of that, right? But do you know what it is? Limiting beliefs are one of the causes of limiting beliefs are your failures because it puts you again understanding the world. You tell yourself, well, I'm not good enough for that. I failed three subjects. I'm not good for maths. I'm not good for English. I'm not good for this. So it tells you, hey, that's not for you. So therefore it limits you. So failures become a foundational, it causes this deep-seated understanding or context of yourself in the world. And you tell yourself, I'm not good at numbers, and that now becomes your thought. So your
Yeah.
limiting mindset happens. You tell yourself, you know, one business fail, you say, well, I'm not made for business.
Yeah.
So you never look at another business again. You
Yeah.
try to lose weight and the weight ain't come off. You say, well, this is my body type. I could never lose weight. Everybody in my family oversized. So I
Yeah.
can't lose weight. That is what it does. It tells you that this is as far as you can reach and no further.
Mhm.
That is what failure without perspective does.
Yeah.
Failure is a part of your journey, but failure without perspective establishes limiting beliefs
Mm.
that that affect every level of your life because you're not aware of it. It's
Mm.
like a silent snake in your garden that you
Yeah.
don't know exists.
Wow.
And we have to be mindful of that, right? We have to be mindful of that.
Mm.
And here's what I've recognized to be the major causes of failure, especially now at this stage in your life. One, it's impatience.
I laugh because I'm very impatient.
Listen, I had to learn patience. Jesus, God, I had to learn patience. You see that whole vision board scenario that I told you about? That was because of impatience,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? We are very time conscious and we always feel like we're running out of time to do something.
True. True.
So, and then we live in social media versus on these internet streets, people be lying their head off.
Ah,
You
true.
know, lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the cleaner, but the lies.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you got there yesterday. Like I started yesterday and the next day I was a gazillionaire.
Yeah.
Yo, stop lying on the streets.
Yeah, man. They're
They was
messing up
trying
our
to
mind, man. They're messing up our mindset.
we need to stop with this microwave mentality. That's not cool. It
Yeah.
takes time. Vision does not eliminate process, okay?
Yeah.
Knowing your purpose does not eliminate process. So, impatience, first cause of failure. Perspective, second cause of failure, right? Perspective.
Yeah.
It's not the end if you fail.
Yeah.
You just found out how not to do it.
Yeah.
Find the next way to do it.
Mm.
Sometimes failure is a real big blessing.
Yeah.
Honestly, sometimes failure is a real big. I think that who I am today is because of the things that I failed.
Yeah. Yeah.
They weren't many, but they were deep. And I had to work through them, right? The ones that really mattered was the ones that shook me to my core.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I gave you perspective.
Mm.
The third cause of failure is isolation, lack of community,
Wow. Never thought
or
about it.
the
Yeah.
wrong community or lack of community.
Yeah. Wow.
You cannot be successful alone. I'm sorry to tell you that. And you know, in the Caribbean, we're like, I don't want anybody to know my business. I had to hide it. I have to keep it close to my chest. You know, they will spite me and da and blah blah blah. And therefore you sit down by yourself troubled.
Mm.
looking for a solution, but your mind is only limited. You only have so much info. So you need a community to help you to find an alternative. That's like with you and I, Terry, right?
Yeah.
You could have only seen one thing, but you came to me and I'm like, automatically, I was like, okay, this is what could happen. This is what could happen. This is what could happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had additional info that you didn't have.
Exactly. Exactly.
So sometimes we're failing because we're sitting down alone with these thoughts and ideas and don't know what to do.
Mm.
Fourth course is your self talk.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
what you're saying to yourself, you'll lose before you even start.
True. Oh, true. That's so true. That's so true.
You literally start a thing expecting to fail
Yeah.
because of your self talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do maths again, but I failed the last time, so I just expect that maybe I might, probably get
Yeah.
like 50%. I'll aim for that. You failing yourself before you even sign up for the exam.
Yeah. Oh Lord. And then we
And then
wonder
you're
why
shocked
we feel,
when then you're shocked.
right?
Like,
Mm-hmm.
how did that happen? I studied so
Yeah.
hard. But all the while you're studying, 2 + 2 = 4, but I don't know if I'll do that on the exam, I'll freeze.
Yeah.
That's literally the conversation that goes on in our mind, right?
Mm.
And the final reason that we fail is lack of courage. We're
Yeah.
afraid to try. Fear is a big one.
Mm.
What if I fail? What if you succeed? What if nobody buys? What if they do?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
It's always worse in your mind than it is in reality. Every
True.
single time.
True. Mm.
Every single time. Like you swear that if you say, I'm opening a business, that people are gonna come and say, you da 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 da, and you find out when you step out that the opposite is actually true.
True. But that's true.
I hope that you all are finding this so useful.
Guys, I hope that you are finding this very useful. I hope that you are learning so much. Let us know in the comments what you have learned so far. What was your best thing that you learned so far? Let us know in the comments. Dana, I have one more question for you. Well, actually, two more questions for you. I want to find out from you what are three important things we need to be doing in 2021 or actually right now that will help us cultivate a winning mindset.
Okay, so we're ready? Here's it. You need to get wet. WET, that's the acronym. Get wet.
Guys,
So what's step
write
one?
notes, take that down,
Wet,
right?
wet, wet. You need to get wet. One, W, watch your self talk.
Yeah,
Make a concerted decision to affirm positive things in your life, to speak positively about your possibilities, to speak positively about your year, to speak positively about your plans. Um, ensure that you watch that self talk. And I know some of you all, especially those of you, my Christian sisters, will be like, no, I'm 100% positive. Listen, I'm telling you that there are a lot of thoughts rolling in your mind. And if you sit down and start to become aware of them, you'll realize that in between that prayer, you might have like a little negative talk going on in there.
true,
So watch yourself talk.
true.
Be conscious of the things that are rolling through your mind and start speaking positively. Speaking positively about yourself, about your possibilities, about the things that you're putting your hands to. Help you with your self talk. Write your vision and speak it aloud. Speak it aloud constantly to help you to have perspective, right?
Yeah, yeah.
E, eyes on the prize.
Eyes
Vision is
on the prize.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes on the prize. Vision is everything. If you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up somewhere else. That's a quote, right? That's a quote by Lawrence Peter. If you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up somewhere else.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
of you all, it's the second half of it's the 20th. A
yeah.
lot of you don't have not written down where you're going this year.
True.
We're gonna end up in a year. It's gonna be blessed. What does that mean? I'm gonna be blessed and highly favored of the Lord. What does that mean?
Yeah,
How will you know if you've gotten there? Write down where you're gonna be. Think about the things that are happening in your life, the things that you want to work on. Write it down. Eyes on the prize. Okay? And this is important. Because again, I want to just run back to the athletes. Having your eyes on the prize and speaking positively does not mean you don't have opponents, doesn't mean don't have difficulties. Every athlete in a race has other runners next to them. Some
Yeah.
might be better, some might, some might be like really good record breaking folks, but they're
Yeah.
still in the game.
Yeah.
They still have to have their eyes on the prize. They still have to speak to themselves. When you see them preparing, they're like talking, yeah, you could do this, to themselves.
Yeah.
And then they have their eyes on their finish line.
True.
And even if you're behind somebody else, the line still remains for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta have your eyes on the prize. If they don't know where they're going, they'll turn around and run the next way.
Yeah.
So you gotta know where you're going.
Hmm.
That's your second tip for 2021. Eyes on the prize. Write that vision. Make it plain. Write it on tablets so that you can do what's the next step that I'm going to say. T, take action consistently so that you can run with it consistently.
Yeah.
Take action. All of your best intentions mean nothing if you don't take action.
Action. Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Do it afraid. That's my mantra.
Yeah.
Terry knows that. I mean, everybody who's been around me knows that. I kid you not. Do it afraid. I've
Yeah.
done some frightening things this year already. And
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine asked me, Dana, don't you feel afraid? I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
But the cost is too high to remain where I am.
Oh, I love
And
that.
this is
Yeah.
where purpose is. The
Yeah.
cost is too high. I
Yeah.
will not leave this earth not having fulfilled my purpose. So let
Oh,
me just do it afraid and we will figure out the rest.
yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not that I'm never afraid. I just know that the cost is too high. The
Mm.
cost of staying in this old place is too high.
Yeah.
Those are your three steps. Watch yourself talk, eyes on the prize, and take consistent action.
Yeah. I love it. Watch yourself talk. Watch yourself talk. I think that's my favorite thing. Watch yourself talk because sometimes we say a lot of crazy thing in our minds, man. I know because I do it sometimes, you know. We sabotage our own selves. We sabotage our own blessings. You know, the Lord is saying here, this is where you need to go. And you just sabotage yourself. You sabotage everything, your purpose, your vision, everything. And it hinders you from
Definitely.
really getting to that place. So I know.
And I want
What,
to add as well, one of the worst, sometimes you'll be like, okay, I actually don't say anything bad about myself and da da
mm,
da. But what you might be doing is diminishing your successes.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
telling yourself it's not that big, it's not that good. You've achieved significant gains, and you're still saying, but yeah, it's nothing.
yeah,
That is
yeah,
also
yeah,
negative self-talk
yeah,
because you are choosing to undervalue yourself to save yourself from what?
exactly.
So,
Exactly. Wow. Wow, Dana. This is amazing, Dana. Dana, encourage us today. Encourage us. What would you just leave with us something that would propel us? I mean, you said so much. So much, right? And it's like you actually wrote a book. Some people who is right here on the live saying, Lord, I needed this. I needed it. Thank you, Lord. So just encourage us today.
yeah. Here's what I want you all to know. Where you are is not an indication of all that's possible in your life.
Right.
Where you are is not an indication of all that's possible in your life. When God placed you on this earth, He gifted you, He placed you here to solve a problem, and He made room on this earth for you to do that.
Mm.
Do not undervalue that gift, that calling of God, because things are hard, or because life has been hard, or because no one is encouraging you, or because no one is supporting you. All of that does not diminish what you are meant to do. Today is
Wow.
a good day to step out in faith. Today is a good day to choose to believe. Choose to believe that you are meant to impact this earth and take a step of faith. Not every day is going to be easy. Not every day you're going to feel motivated. But I want you to know, look at me, whatever your perception of me right now is. I want you to know that if I could do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Whatever is the pandemic, whatever is going on in your external environment, right now there is internal strength, internal gift in you to rise up and step forward. So
Mm,
do not talk yourself out of what is your blessing in 2021.
I love it. Wow, this is amazing. Dana, thank you.
You
Thank
are
you
most
so
welcome.
much. Guys, if you're there and you have any questions, go ahead, ask your questions. If you have any comments, go ahead, feel free to do so before we get ready to round up. I think I saw someone was saying their greatest takeaway. Let me just put it up on the screen. We have Denisha Daniel, and this is what she said, Dina. Greatest takeaway. When God created me, he also made my seat at the table.
Yes, yes, Denisha, definitely. Write that somewhere. Remind yourself of that every day. Remind yourself of that every day. And as you take action on that, you will figure out which table you're supposed to be at. I promise you. I
Yep.
promise you.
And then we have Lisa here. Lisa is saying received. She
Good.
received it. She received it. Lisa, start taking some action, right? Consistently.
Yes.
Then we have Nikki. Is she? Oh, sorry. I pull up the wrong one. All right. So we have Nikki Joseph here. Thank you, Vision Builder, and Terry. You are so welcome, Nikki Joseph. I'm just looking through to see if I missed any questions. Uh, Anybody have any questions that you would like to ask? Any comments? What is your greatest takeaway? Feel free to leave it in the comments. Don't be shy, guys. I hope you were taking notes as well. Dana, thank you so much. You did a phenomenal job as always. As
It's
always. Dana,
always a pleasure to be
I
here,
wanted
Terry.
to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said it's always a pleasure to be here. I'm so happy to be on Sister Talk, this international phenomenon of a show. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I was about to say, just tell us a little bit about your journal as well. You have a journal, which is amazing. I just
Right.
forgot. I had to walk with it to show, but I just forgot to.
I have mine here. So this is my
Okay.
vision planner. This is the Vision Planner 2021. And I designed this as a tool to help you to actually build your vision and incorporate vision building activities into your everyday life. So it's intended to help you to, in this vision planner, you have space to write your vision down. There is a tutorial to help you to understand how to write your vision, how to set your goals. It guides you through setting your goals for the year, setting your goals for the month, and then incorporating these goals weekly into your schedule. And it's such a powerful tool. I actually designed it because of my own process, knowing how I have been able to actually accomplish things every single year. Even last year, with a pandemic, I accomplished about 70 to 75 to 80% of all I intended to, even
Yes.
in a pandemic. So this is my tool to help you to build your vision, to see your vision, believe your vision, and build it. So it has everything you need to plan for an entire year. It's available now on pre-order. It's actually going to be shipped out to those who pre-ordered already next week. So and it can be shipped anyway. So Terry has this in Grenada.
Yes.
Uh, so it is an amazing and a powerful tool. I really, this is what it looks like. The goal this year was all about success, power, and growth. And it has monthly quotes. It has your scheduling spaces. Oh gosh, I'm trying to see if we can show you. So scheduling spaces. You can see more of it on my pages,
Yes.
on Instagram, the Vision Builder Co. Or you can just put in Dina Heesburg, you'll see me. And on Facebook, Dina Heesburg, the Vision Builder. So I'm really, this is like my baby. I really love it. I needed to create something that can really help you to build your vision in a practical way. Building a vision doesn't mean shutting down your life. It just means incorporating stretching activities into your everyday. And this helps you to do that.
Oh, definitely it does. I like how
Money goes planner this year.
no, I mean it's amazing planner. I mean, it has money goals as well, investment goals. I mean, this is something beyond
It
that
really
I
keeps
would
you
have
on track.
expected.
It keeps you on track. I tell you that.
Yeah. No, it's something beyond. I wasn't when I ordered the planner, right? You talk about it and everything, but I was not, Dana. Let me tell you, I was not expecting it. All these
Wow.
information to be in those things. It just literally blew my mind, and I was telling my husband, I endorse this planner. I believe that everybody should get one of this because it would really push you. It would push you even if you don't feel like pushing yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the key. That's the key. If
Right.
you're interested in it, you can just go. I'll probably on this live, I'll drop the link
Yeah.
in the comments. So you can just click there and pre-order your planners. And you can pay by via credit card or PayPal. And it ships to you wherever you are.
All right then. Before we leave dinner, very quickly talk about your planning table as well. That you, I'm not too sure. Do you have it available still?
Yes, yes, it's still available. It's still available.
Right. So talk about that.
You Yeah, your planning table gets you 90 minutes with me. So if at this point you still don't know where you're going, you're still not too sure about your goals, like it's all jumbled up in your mind, this strategy session helped you to work with me and I help you to clarify those areas, map out your pathway, give you a proper action step to go away with. So it's 90 minutes with me, where we work on an area of your life or your vision or your business. And it's available for 100 US on special. So if you are interested, I'm telling you, people doubt me when I say that this 90 minutes is like, it's mind blowing. But I have had people who are still going strong on that one session with me because they finally understand how to do this thing. So if you know you're a little bit lost and you would like to get that time with me, the planning table is on special this month. So just I will drop the link. You can definitely go and book it. And I'm only making, I think I only have four more available. Four more because this is an addition to my normal coaching. So if you want to get one of those, run to the link, organize.
Go ahead, drop your link, Dana. Drop your link in the comments below
I
so
will.
people can do that. Guys, listen, take the opportunity. This is probably a door that God is opening for you. So go ahead after this amazing episode about mindset. And you're probably still wondering, Lord, how can I really push myself, get myself out there? Take that opportunity, take that chance, do that planning table with Dana Hayes book. You will not regret it. Take my word for it.
Thank you, Terry.
Yes, take my word for it. All right, guys. So, guys, while Dana is doing that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome back. This is season 3 of Sister Talk Live with Terrie-Ann, and we are on episode 1. So we are going. Yes, 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 and we are going and growing strong. All right. So thank you for being here with us. If you have any questions regarding today's topic, please feel free to send me an email at the sister talk live at grenada at gmail.com. So you can send me an email, the sister talk live at gmail.com. Go ahead. If you probably was a bit shy, you want to ask a question, or you can leave it in the comments below, and I will definitely get Dina to answer your question. And also, if you have any question for next week's episode, you can go ahead and also send that to me as well. So help us grow our community, guys. It's our community, it's not mine, but it's ours. So help us grow our community by liking and sharing these episodes with your friends and connect with us right here on Facebook. And also you can connect with us and follow me on my Instagram page. I am Terrie_Ann. And just don't forget to join us next week, Wednesday, for another amazing episode of Sister Talk Live with Terrie-Ann. So see you next week, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. There are the links right there. So you have the link there and the link there. The link on top is for the
That is for the vision planner. So I'll just edit that.
right?
The first link is for the vision plan, and the second link is for the
It's
planning
for the
table.
planning table, guys. Take the opportunity right now. Okay, guys, take the opportunity right now. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate those of you who shared. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you so much for taking this time to hang out with me and Dana for this awesome conversation. All right, guys. So
Yeah.
if you still want to talk about what is your greatest takeaways, go ahead and put it in the comments below because I will be going and reading all of your comments and chatting with you in the comments as well. All right. So take care. Bye bye. Love you. Take care
Bye,
of yourself.
everyone.
Bye.